One thing that I'm not seeing in the conversation is an acknowledgement of the complexity of the issue. And that is understandable because the issue is so emotionally charged and horrific and offensive, a lot of the conversations are going to be very extreme, and that is very fair. But when the conversation goes to the extremes, they become very simple. And this isn't a simple subject. So on the one extreme, you've got these men who are saying horrific misogynistic things, hold these horrific misogynistic, sexist, homophobic, fill in the blank views. That's the obvious. Like, they have these extreme views, and these views are immature, unintellectual, offensive, and in a sense simple. And even if you just boil down the rhetoric that they have towards women, these guys, like HS Tiki Toki, whatever his silly name is, he's in Marbella in the documentary. You've got the guy that has the Fit and Fresh podcast. I'll just look it up. Myron Gaines, you've got him. He lives in Miami, and both these places, this is where a lot of people who are, let's say, social media conscious go. It's where people who consume a hell of a lot of social media and who will judge their lives based on the people they're seeing on social media. So it's people who see people like HS Tiki Toki with his cars in his big house, and they'll maybe think, oh, that's what I want. I want all that money, and I want that. And so, with that being said, a lot of the women that he'll come into contact with, that seems to be what he's basing all of his still horrific views on. And so when they're saying that women, I don't know if they're saying women are stupid or women are, I don't know, I can't really remember a lot of the horrific views because they're just so horrific, and I don't really want to relay them. But they're basing that off the women that they've encountered in their lives, and that's not to say that that's these women's faults for this misogynistic content. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not blaming these women at all. I'm just saying that they're basing their opinions on this demographic. And especially, like, Myron Gaines deliberately in his podcast brings on social media influencers and content creators, women, to basically, to in some cases harass, offend, and in a lot of cases bully. And these women seem to be willing to go on this podcast because it's maybe a two-way thing where, like, Myron Gaines gets more views when he does these sorts of podcasts, and these women get more views or subscribers or followers wherever they're posting. But if he got let's say a woman that's not a social media influencer, and he got someone, a female intellectual, his whole worldview just collapses. And I don't know if he's dumb enough, if he's that stupid to not know that that's the case, or he's stupid, or he knows that that's the case, and he's deliberately getting a specific demographic onto his podcast to prove his horrific misogynistic views. But that's how that kind of view is very, very simple. It's very immature. It's very unintellectual, and I just want to be like, I don't want this to sound like I'm blaming women for these views. I'm definitely not doing that. I'm just saying that from these guys' standpoints, they're coming at this from an extremely simplified, immature, and misogynistic viewpoint, and part of that is because of the demographic of women that they interact with. I mean, HS Tiki Toki, whatever it is, I mean, the majority of the women that he interacts with are OnlyFans models, and so he either seems to be basing his opinions on that, or he's deliberately doing that, even with the knowledge that that's far from the majority of women. So I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't know which one's worse.